Welcome to Overwatch and welcome to Coaching the Many. This time we're going to be talking about the new Lucio as I've been calling him. Lucio is actually quite special, and Lucio is actually a little bit different than how old Cio used to play. There's a couple of big differences, primarily in stuff like your damage output's a lot higher, your boops are a lot stronger. There's some brilliant highlights that I managed to tweet because of, like, it was yesterday's games literally, where I managed to get tons and tons of environmental kills playing Lucio. It was super fun, and we got another one of the many.
3.5 seasons in between 1300 to 2000, I have finally reached 2500 sharp these past 5 days. Cheers.
No problem. Again, it's all you, Exhaustor. It's all you. You're learning, you're developing. That's what we like. Boom. Okay. And there's a lot of big things with changing with Lucio, right? And now Lucio is super fun to play. Like, I really like playing the new Lucio. Really like playing the new Lucio. And it's got to the point where me and Ryan are sometimes fighting over who gets to play Lucio. Like, that's how fun it is now. And so what we're going to do today is I've got 3 videos sent in with the Lucio. And we're going to start with this one, and we're going to blitz through it, and then we're going to go to another one and try and blitz through it, and we're going to go to another one and try and blitz through it. This might run a little bit long, it might not, let's see. It's going to be fun for me though, hopefully it'll be fun for you guys. Okay, let's go. Let's get the show on the road. Bye, Twitch chat. Woo! And we're starting on Liang Tower. The star of the show is Eliza here. And so what we're starting with here is a game that apparently went quite badly, and I like the email that this was sent in with. I'm going to quote a few bits of it. I think my favourite part was...
Welcome to Overwatch, Monster.
Oh lord, the resubs.
Hello, YouTube.
Hello, Despotox. YouTube say hello back to Despotox, he clearly needs it. Anyway, so... I think, yeah, here's my favourite paragraph, okay? The reason for the lack of comms is threefold. 1, it was quite late at night and I didn't want to wake the rest of the house. Fair enough. 2, only 4 of the 6 were in chat. You know, that's not a real reason, but okay. 3, the Rhine swapping later, the Diva Genji behavior tilted me somewhat. And Diva not as in the Korean, but Diva as in he was, oh, for fuck's sake, I'm looking forward to that. You also notice this is in super widescreen, so we have a nice letterbox effect. I thought that was very novel. The thing with this widescreen format is that you don't actually gain extra screen size. So I'm a bit on the fence on like actually using this. You're basically, actually if I pause it. So this is on, you know, this person clearly might have a 21:9 screen. And so you get this sort of letterbox effect when you try and render it onto a normal 1080 screen like mine. And what you actually are losing, you actually lose verticality. You're actually losing vertical vision. You aren't gaining like extra vision on these sides. So if you think about how the normal monitor is, you know, it'll be more like this. And you're not actually gaining any vision. It's sort of taken the image and it's just stretched it, and then you're losing the top and bottom. If that makes sense. So I'm not actually sure if there's any real reason other than just comfort. And I mean, it looks flash, but this is the reason why we're starting this one as well. I was like mesmerized by the letterbox effect. It's like watching a movie. First thing I like, actually, like coming out of spawn here, we should be trying to think about where the enemy team is coming from. So let's focus on the actual game. Like, first thing I try and do on Liang Tower is try and guess where the enemy team's coming from. We have a Lucio. If they have a Lucio, they should be coming out here. So I like to actually just poke out and see what's coming this way, because if you don't see there's too much coming, then what you really want to do is speed boost as fast as you can and get to that corner. Get to the opposite corner over here. Not dilly-dally here. You want to be standing right frickin' here. Why? Because the boop is now incredibly powerful. It's insane how strong it is. And so if you get to this corner and you just stand right here and wait for them to come around, you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people so easily. The boop is now incredibly reliable in dealing with threats. And Liang Tower, playing Lucio, and Lucio especially, your primary objective will be to control that corner. It will be the best thing you can do by far, because you can instantly kill people in a single click. And all these people standing in this corner are at such a vulnerable position to you where you can just quite easily finish them off and kill them. Otherwise, we're doing okay in the fight. We're sort of bouncing around. We're healing when we need to heal. We almost get the road. Well, we get the Roadhog, but we almost get pulled off with him. We die in the process. We might have barely survived there, but hey. We still get the Roadhog, which is fair enough. He hooked us, but we punished him for it. Good. We're also with the team, which is nice. Like, Lucio now has to be inside his team. We're bouncing around the team, providing healing, providing speed, juking left, right. I saw nothing particularly wrong jumping out at me, which is trying to get back as fast as possible. Swap to healing. There's a Winston. Let's try and isolate that Winston. He's gone around, so let's leave the Zenyatta to him. And let's try and take control of this corner again. And otherwise now we're just sort of trying to stabilize. Like, Genji's poking around, but this is what Genji should be doing. This is like the Genji thing. He can safely sort of poke out here and bounce around this wall. We just, again, want to be making sure that we're in control of this space and just keeping an eye on if anyone is pushing in this way. Because if we can just linger here, and if we're communicating properly as well, you know, let's say it isn't 11 o'clock at night or whatever time it is, and we're free to communicate, and they start pushing through here, we can say, hey guys, they're pushing side. You know, and that's all you need to say. And then the team gets scouting information. They can respond to it appropriately. It's all good. Dead Palmo with the Twitch Prime sub. Beautiful. 2 months in a row. It's no longer scrub hype. It's just pure hype. Ah, welcome. Okay. Also, one thing I will mention is that the default, like, at default, you should be on speed. So don't think that you should just be staying on healing just in case someone takes a little bit of damage. Default now, you should definitely be on speed. And the reason why is that it just benefits people a lot more passively than if you're on 200 health and you're being healed, you get nothing. If you're on 200 health, you're getting speed boosted. It's a little bit useful. So we should just be, in general, staying on speed until people need healing, then you react and you swap to healing. This especially becomes relevant because it's like, you know, no one's pushing in this way. Suddenly Winston. And we sort of go over to the Winston. We shouldn't really be running towards the Winston. Like, this, it's a little bit too dangerous. Well, it's not really dangerous, it's just we don't really need to be doing this. We could just shell at this barrier and make sure that the D.Va and Zenyatta are totally safe, because Winston can't really DPS through our new improved healing. Someone in chat posts how much healing Lucio does now, if you have the exact number. Because it's a lot. That's sort of what I know. It's considerable healing, is how I think of it now. And again, I'm happy with us sort of bouncing back this way. Like, the Winston, okay, he's not really a threat, but we bounce back this way. It's just a travesty that this Soldier 76 was not saved. And yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it's okay. Now it's starting to break down a bit. Again, want to be staying on healing. When the Pulse Bomb goes out, though, we definitely want to be swapping to speed. So this is an instant signal to me to swap to speed, just because that extra little bit of speed could be the difference between you surviving and not, and just pulling back a little bit further. You can see the arrow I've drawn. Let me, oh, no, I don't want to save a screenshot. So we could just be pulling back a little bit faster and just running away that little bit quicker. It's 50-ish heals per second. Yeah, sounds about right to me, I think, with the new Lucio. 16 heal per second, 49 heal per second when boosted. There you go. 46.8. Okay, everyone. It's, yeah. You see, this is why I never like really focus too much on the minutia. It's usually about 50. Like, for the sake of ease of thinking, it's about 45 or 50. Just to make it easier on the math in your head. It's reduced on yourself, so 37.44 on yourself apparently. Okay. When in doubt, it takes about 4 seconds to heal someone to full. With an amp it up. It's important to emphasize. Which doesn't last does it last 4 seconds? It might last 4 seconds. You might be able to heal someone all the way back up. Whatever. Basically, it's the basic gist. You can definitely sort of out-endure the Winston. But once that pulse bomb went down, let's have a quick look. 3 seconds, there you go. There's the exact digis. So you're getting about 140 heal extra. I'm just trying to see exactly where this fight went wrong, and I think it's just the pulse bomb. Like, this is still a winnable fight. And then Zenyatta takes the pulse bomb in, and just these two die demac'd. And this is where, yeah, we're stalling for now, which we could do one or two things. We could either run or stall. We pick run, which is fair enough. Just be a little bit careful about this sort of overzealous speed and heal. I know that, like, Stanky does this a lot. Like, if you watch Stanky a lot, he's constantly switching between. But when Stanky talks about it, it's like he does it very intentionally. When he's like touching a wall, he's speed boosting, and then he's swapping to heal to maintain during the air, and then he's touching speed again. And he's not just doing it sort of whimsically. He's not just sort of mashing the button to sort of try and get both at once, because I'm not sure that there's any real benefit to just toggling between, where on the ground we should be speed boosting out, and then when we jump we should be swapping to heal. And then when we touch the ground again, if we need the extra speed, then we can swap to speed again. As we come out, good. We definitely want to be holding on to the amp it up, and we can just go into the next push. Although if the Winston wants to jump in, again, if we swap to healing and just amp that up, Winston's dealing like 3 damage per second. He's dealing nothing. Zenyatta's gone crazy. Let's try and isolate this Anna. A little bit too eager on the right click. Maybe we didn't think that we'd ever get it, but the thing with using the boop effectively, the big thing with booping, is if you can't get a knockback, then just use it to finish, because otherwise you're just making your life a little bit harder, and just taking it easy, learning to land these left clicks is very, very important. With Lucio, just getting that improved damage output is really, really, really critical. Fine with that, breaking it down is a good way to stop some of the whole hog damage. It means that Genji can get more value off his Dragon Blade, perfectly fine. It does leave us a little bit vulnerable to the sights, but Genji's using Dragon Blade and you using Drop the Beat to sort of cover the Dragon Blade is a perfectly fine use of sound barrier. There we go, that's the name of it. Stanky exchanges heals and speed on the ground to Duke. When I watched him talk to Overwatch Central, he said that he does it very specifically, making sure that he's healing mostly when he's in the air and he's speed boosting on the ground. It isn't just like a random thing that he's doing. It's like it's a pattern that he has learned over a long period of time. So just be careful. Like, if you are just mashing shift to change, it's not necessarily the most valuable thing. And it's stuff like this where, like, we're toggling to heal and speed, but honestly, if we just speed boost in, we probably just get better results just slamming through, following the Riptire in, and then maybe being able to follow that more aggressively. Perfect boop there. Speed boost, pull back out. Let's get somewhere safe. You notice that the rest of the team doesn't seem to be following us for some reason. Fine with us trying to isolate this Mercy a little bit. It's a bit of a shame that you might have just pushed her a little bit away from the Genji, but I don't think so. I think she was still in the swing there. And being fair, it looked like Genji was going the other direction. Where's the other DPS here? What I'm wondering. She gets the res. Also, one thing I will say is that while we are blocking a lot of this Winston's damage, just maintaining on speed is actually really, really, really useful for the Genji. I'm fine with the swapping to heal when we have the amp it up, because we need that extra healing just to stay up. And the way I think of amp it ups is I generally divide them in half. So I'll generally do half amp it up. Like, if we need healing instantly, I'll do half an amp it up in healing and then swap to speed so that people can move around. If we're doing it the other way around, I'll generally stick on, you know, if we're trying to engage, I'll generally half speed in and then use the half the speed boost to close the distance, and then get the rest of it into healing as people start taking damage. The big thing with amp it up is, the general advice I give is try and have a plan with, like, what your amp it ups are trying to do. So in a moment like this, I would honestly be looking to try and get the Genji speed boosters as much as possible, because speed boosted Genji with Dragon Blade basically means that the enemy cannot escape. Genji gets a slight speed boost, it's like 6 meters per second when he moves around, compared to everyone else's 5.5. Actually, he might be a bit faster, he might be like 7 meters per second. I think he's normally 6 meters per second in terms of his movement speed. And with Dragon Blade, he might be 7 meters per second. He's slightly faster. With speed boost, he's way faster and can easily close the distance, which is like the biggest reason why people survive Dragon Blades, is they just run away from him. So he has to close the gap and has to use dash to do that kind of thing. Did we get it? Yes! Again, controlling that corner, A++, incredibly powerful. Stay the hell away from that bomb. Good, 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 good. Try and stick towards the wall. We don't want to get booped off ourselves. Good job on that. Good job on that as well. Sights gets cool, we just use sound barrier. It just keeps us perfectly safe. We just need to win this fight, so there's no reason why we really shouldn't be using that resource. Good, 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 good. That looks fine. Oh. Needs more blue-orange filter for that cinematic feel. Interesting, isn't it? Ah, a little bit of coffee. Let's see.
We're gonna go in fast.
Oh, the pool. Oh! I'm surprised we didn't close in here, but there we go. Yes, yes! You've just eliminated one of the primary DPS as a support. How do you feel? You should feel great. Whenever that Winston is holding down left mouse button, we should be trying to prioritize getting that left click. Again, it just feels like we're just toggling for the sake of toggling, and not so much reacting to the threat. So as Winston does damage, we stay on heal. Winston's not doing damage, we swap to speed, and then back on heal. But you noticed that we started dropping really low. We needed to be on heal just to survive that. So just be a little bit more thoughtful about these toggles is the big thing I'd say so far. Oh, that sleep dart, but then the Winston ruins it. Oh, Anna, doing work. I'm curious to see if this is when someone tilts, because it always amuses me when someone tilts in a game that went to like 99 to 99 and finished in overtime. It always gets to me. Can you stop switching every fucking second? See, that's just rude. Soldier, can you take Reaper? No. We need a Reaper for the monkey. I try.
Me. I have 4 gold, so.
Oh yes, no, I see where this is going already. This is where like when. Let's talk about medals and what they actually mean, because when you're losing, the value that medals have is incredibly suspect. And when they're a tanky team lineup, good charge by Reinhardt there. Interesting to see the Orisa, but when they're running a pretty tanky team lineup, Genji's effectiveness just goes out the fucking window. We should definitely be staying on heal as people drop low here though. So staying on heal. People taking a lot of damage here, we should definitely be just keeping the healing on them. And the reason why is that the distance the marginal distance gain they're gonna get is so-so. The Mercy healing should be able to keep the Reinhardt alive, and our healing will keep Mercy alive that much longer, so we can maybe react to this a little bit better. On the bright side, we did manage to stay on the point. Positioning is fine in terms of like where we're standing. We managed to get the point, and as such, we are now taking up while they aren't. Even though we're kind of losing this fight, we still have a slight edge. And don't get me wrong, I think this Genji is playing well. Like he's doing what he needs to do to play Genji properly in this situation, but he would be more effective if he was playing something else. It's kind of one of those situations where maybe Genji is the only DPS that he can play at this point, so he's sort of stuck. And that's why it's difficult to sort of hunt down and kill reliably for Genji, and also does a lot of work in stopping Genji. This is a hard counter to Genji with Transcendence. This shuts Genji down, and this is just difficult for Genji to follow and reliably kill. So, Roadhog would be amazing to swap into. Roadhog would be absolutely fucking stellar to swap into against that team, I think. You just shut down the tanks, and then you just win every fight with Soldier's DPS. Otherwise, I'm fine with this. We stick with most of the team. Again, we should probably just be staying on speed and just keeping an eye on the team. Right now, this was actually mentioned in the email that basically the player, Liza, thought that it was a good idea to maybe like hunt down the Tracer a little bit more. Just to try and keep the Tracer pinned back. It did mean that we're a little bit out of position for that, but we still get back there. We still get a lot of value out of that sound barrier, still stop a lot of damage. Just want to check one thing. So we get knocked back here. What I'm checking for is my priority when our soldier fires off, let's swap color. So our soldier is over here, right? And he's just fired off Tactical Visor. One of the best things you can do as Lucio is provide speed boost to people using their ultimates. So if you can get to him and give him speed boost, it makes it easier for him to hunt targets down around corners. So yeah, we should be getting over to him, and then we should be swapping to speed to try and just facilitate Soldier's ability to kill everything. Swap to healing, let's try and save the Mercy. Keep an eye on where that Mercy is in case she's gone up top. She's perfectly fine up there. We should probably be juking into cover. Stay. Okay, Soldier's healing us as well. That's nice. We're doing okay. Okay, looks okay, looks okay. Burn a little bit of damage out. Let's just keep the Tracer back, protect the Mercy a little bit. I'm fine with us helping focus, trying to burn this down. She's actually put the Bongo outside. Like, the team... Okay, this you know, hashtag just gold things. I think the rating for this game was... Team rating 2,402. So this is just, like, upper goal? Yes, upper goal. When you hear, cease your resistance, the first thing you should do is look for where the fuck the Bongo is, and then can we kill this? Because this thing is providing 50% extra damage to the enemy team. And that's a lot. Oh, I've left an arrow on the screen. And because he's put it out front, like, we should absolutely be trying to nail as many bullets, as many sound waves into that thing as possible, because their team will just win if it stays alive for any meaningful period of time, which is basically what's ended up happening here, is that, you know, we can't out-heal their damage output anymore. They've basically nano-boosted their entire team, and we're just getting slaughtered. The spam damage from the Orisa is doing a really good job on the Reinhardt and Diva especially. And that ultimate just cut through you guys. Okay, let's get back to the team. Reese has gone a bit crazy. Diva's run in on no hit points, so as such loses her mech instantly. Nice boob. Ah, split second too early. I like what we're going for there. I do like booping when there's a stand barrier. Reaper's jumped in the team. This is honestly when I swapped to speed. So suddenly there's this guy out of nowhere. This sets us up with a nice little mini objective where if we see Reaper running into the team, we just speed boost, and they don't have a Lucio. So if you think about how effective Reaper is and how Reaper works, he is really, 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 really good when he's in close range. Otherwise, he's completely trash at every other range. So as long as we are keeping him, you know, if you just boop the Reaper and speed boost back a little bit, he's instantly nullified. Instantly nullified. I'm fine with us hunting the Tracer down a bit there. So far, that looks okay. There's the attack visor. It's on the high ground, so we could just stay in the middle, cap the point. Overtime, Ovaltine. Setting up a boop angle, looks good. Yeah, we need a Reaper. There's only 2 good targets for Genji to go on. Anna and Zen. So, I'm on the fence about this. Is this where I'd usually, basically, I'd be telling you guys this probably in, like, if I was streaming and I was just talking to you guys, but not talking to the team. And the reason why I wouldn't be saying this is because we just won the last game. So, it's the enemy team's still going to be trying to react, and they actually just swap to a Reaper, and Genji actually does okay against Reaper. Reapers very frequently shoot into deflecting Genjis. I praise this Genji early. I praise this Genji. Whoa! Now this is going horribly wrong. Good job keeping the Tracer back, though. Good job on that. Again, I'm fine with us trying to like fight the Tracer. Tracer has a hard time killing Lucio, and now because of the buffs, Lucio has a much better time fighting Tracers. This is when I'll probably be translating into like juking and just trying to climb the pillar. Just sort of keep our team in this for as long as possible. You can still do some damage while you're juking around the pillar, but just in case it goes wrong, it makes it very difficult to remove you. Gives your team time to reinforce. Genji's managed to get back in. They have a main now for some reason. We caught the point. Oh, yes! Beautiful. Bon voyage, Satan. Heal that guy up. Stand around. He should just stick near you. Get some heals. Feels good, man. We almost have a sound barrier. We could be doing a little bit more. We could be being a little bit more proactive now, though. Like, once he's gone back here, I mean, technically, he should be stopping about here. Because where we want to be going is... Oh, I've turned off the pencil tool. We want to be going over here and just standing about there. Right? Because you've seen this a million times before, I'm sure, on Liang Tower. Enemy team pushes through here. You boop once, you kill 2 people. And... that is powerful, and it's a powerful deterrent as well. It means that they can't push safely through this side. Right now, they can kind of do whatever they like. So let's think about their push right now. Well, the Winstons come up and over, and if someone comes around here, we could have just killed them. If they don't come around here, we just speed back onto the point. We can easily, quickly reposition and have no problems. Luckily, it seems like Lucio and Winston just went in on their own. Works out for us. Definitely want to stay on speed just while this is happening. Too late on that.
Welcome to OneAmongstMany.
Oh, Ibu, welcome to the many. Beautiful use of that Twitch Prime. Welcome to the many. Get some scrub hype going. Interesting thing, if you sound barrier the moment the pulse bomb lands, you can actually save people. You have just enough time. If you're on the floor or if you're coming down from a jump, you will have enough time to save people from the pulse bomb. If you delay for any reason, you will not have enough time and the pulse bomb is effectively wasted. The sound barrier is effectively wasted. It does manage to go into the Diva, but because Mercy's already down, this is a dicey fight. That said, they are throwing bad money in because they don't really need to use these ults. Gives Diva a chance to get just redonkulous value and help stall for a while. Mercy's trying to come back out, trying to come back around. She might be able to pick us up with a res. This is good. We should be pressing tab here. Check Mercy. Does she have res? Because if she can get over, then she might pick us up. Doesn't manage to do it. We seem to be indecisive at the moment. There's a fight happening. We can... Okay, so this is sort of old Lucio mentality. With Lucio, I'd say we should just be moving straight to the point. There are 4 people that are desperately in need of help over there. Well, we can help move 1 towards the point slightly faster. We can do a lot to help those people immediately when we arrive. Old Lucio, I'd say standing around by spawn, waiting to pick people up, is perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Because with old CO, basically your moment-to-moment impact would be minimized. Hey, I think this is your game, isn't it? Welcome. So moment-to-moment impact on old CO was minimal, right? Even if you amp it up, the amount of healing that you're putting out isn't that huge. The amount of speed that you're giving is kind of important, but it's a lower immediate impact. While with Lucio, when you get onto the point, you can instantly provide a huge amount of AoE healing to everyone. You can instantly provide a good chunk of damage. You can instantly provide a good bit of control. So it's like a really good use of... You know, don't undersell your value, and don't think that staying 5 seconds out of the fight longer to pick someone up to maybe get them back into the fight 2 or 3 seconds faster is actually worth it. Because the potential is there for you to be more valuable than that Reinhardt that you chaperone back. Which sounds weird, but Lucio is that good. Lucio is very, very good. And especially now that we have a sound barrier, holy shit. Yeah, we should definitely be rocketing over. Trying to get the Mercy. Mercy! Oh, God, that jump. Made me nervous. Whew. Nice. That was a brawl. Holy shit. The reason why I'm not going too in-depth into these team fights is we're like halfway through the coaching session and I have 2 more VODs to go over. We might only do one, we might do both of them. Let's see. The constant heal switching is triggering me so bad. Yeah, I'd say just calm it down a little bit. Like, make sure that every switch has a purpose. Don't try and provide both auras at the same time, because what you're realistically doing is providing neither aura in any substantive format. So just be a little bit careful and like overzealously switching. Try and provide with a purpose.
OneAmongstMany.
Hey, we got another one. Beautiful. Feel too tired. We're actually climbing back towards 250. If we get 250, we get more, even more remote slots when the new system comes in as well, which is going to be nice. Beautiful charge by there right now. We're a little bit too far in at the moment. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a train.
Lucio's taxi service, now outsourced to Uber.
If the fight was going worse, you'd be correct in just staying and waiting, but because the fight was still going on, yeah, we definitely want to stick around here. I'd just say be careful, like, on pushes like this, where we have a pretty huge impact, and where we are right now, we aren't playing Lucio, if that kind of makes sense. With the way that they, especially when this Reinhardt goes in, where we are now, we are no longer playing Lucio at this point. We are playing Soldier 76's derpier, worst cousin. You know, we're playing a hero that is a little bit terrible, because we're not providing anyone with an aura, so we're basically just damage and a slight distraction. Now we're coming back and we're trying to sort of keep Mercy alive. Okay, it's a lot better.
Welcome
Hunting their
to
tracer, making
Overwatch
tracer's life hard.
Monthly.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I just woke up. I can't think of anything witty to say.
I'm pretty sure the last time you resubbed, you couldn't think of anything witty to say either, Screamlin. So yeah, you're on form still, basically. Soldier's done a good job. He's managed to sort of take control of high ground, do some good damage down. Mercy's down. Again, don't underestimate your value. Let's get to the fight. There's people still fighting. These people have no healer. Mercy is dead. We should be getting over there. Even though we won that, no, we lost that because people had no healing. Like, don't underestimate your value in these fights that sort of are a little bit dicey. Like, there's still 4 people. You could help all of these people. This is a little bit overcautious. Now it's definitely like now once all these guys die, okay, now yes. Pull back. Act as a hub for the team to like regroup on and then go with that. Just giving up a little bit too soon or thinking like a taxi a little bit too soon. You're not a taxi. You're more valuable than a taxi. You bring more to the team than that now. That Junkrat spam damage is going to be a little bit annoying. Good boop on the Tracer. That completely ruined a bomb. Again, just being annoying on being a problem for Tracer. We're doing a really good job of just shutting Tracer down. He's got very little value this game, and that's largely because of us. But again, it's this swapping in and out. Like, now my thought is, okay, and how do we approach this? How do we approach this decision-making process? How do we approach this idea of, you know, what are we doing? What is our goal right now? Our goal is to get our team onto the point. And to do that, the best thing we can do, in theory, like, this isn't happening, the best thing we could do is actually have the team behind this Reinhardt barrier. We speed boost, everyone just runs in behind the Reinhardt barrier. Minimizes the damage taken on the Reinhardt barrier, and then by the time we are in there, Pharah can rock it up and do her stuff. Genji, if you still have a Genji, I don't think we do. We have a Soldier. Soldier can go and do his thing. He can sprint off to find high ground. Mercy can just stay tucked in with us, nice and safe from the Tracer. Like, we have options. Right now, we're just sort of healing, but now we need to be on speed, and we need to be staying on speed so our team can push in as fast as they can, take control of the point, contest this Winston, for example, and achieve those objectives. And then once the fight is actually begun, that's when we swap to healing and make sure that everyone's nice and stable, and then we start thinking about pushback, stuff like that. But now that we have control of the point, yeah, now we're staying on healing. We can use speed momentarily to reposition, but in general, you want to just be staying on healing. Unless everyone's on full health, then of course we go back to the baseline, which is we stay on speed. This is better. There we go. Speed out. Using Amp It Up wouldn't be too bad just to get to the fight a little bit quicker. This was fancy wall riding that did not pay off. Let's keep an eye on this Pharah. It sounds weird, but there's no other healing here for this Pharah. So when you're running back in, also what you should be doing as a support main is just assessing the situation. Mercy is actually there. Okay, no, that changes thoughts. I'd still be tempted. Like, if I was building a plan right now, it would be to run over here and basically try and put my heal field down here so that Pharah, when she dips lower, is going to be healed up, and then probably pull back towards this way to cut off the Tracer over here or over here. Like, that would be my plan that would be forming. Instant priority is to try and pick that poor Pharah up. I mean, Pharah should technically be drifting towards you, but trusting the DPS to come to supports. Let's not leave the DPS to their own devices. They're a bit, you know. Otherwise, again, we're doing a real number on this Tracer. Okay, we've been purple. Let's just speed boost away. We'll climb a bit, wait for it to run out. Perfectly fine. Like, when we're purple, we want to go in evasive mode, make sure we don't get picked off. Drop the beat. Again, we're sort of overzealously swapping when we could be just staying on speed and moving around quickly, or staying on healing and keeping this Reinhardt alive a little bit more. We're sort of panicking in evasion mode and just swapping between, hoping that that's doing something, when you probably find that if we just stayed on one for a little bit longer, we'd be getting better results. You'd still be evasive because you could go on speed and you could evade a little bit. Then when you take a bit of damage, you swap to healing, pick up a little bit of healing, you swap back to speed. This was... Okay, the soldier's there, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Looking at this, yeah.
Welcome to Overwatch Monthly.
I'm actually fine with that.
Kappa Pride.
Kappa Pride indeed. Welcome, Shinobi. No, I'm fine with it. Just because Soldier's killed 2 and he should be aggressing onto the point. This makes it easier for Soldier to clean up. Also, our reinforcements are on the way in. We should be helping break this barrier. Like, I would be just firing a couple more shots into that barrier. It's almost broken. 600 hit points doesn't take long for us. I'm fine with us then. Like, after the barrier's gone, I'm fine with us pushing onto the Ana and just causing problems for Ana. Making it hard for her to do anything and just finishing off, you know, making sure that the point is as safe as possible. But just, there's something in me that tilts when I see a barrier that's close to breaking, especially a Winston barrier that's on, like, 50% hit points, and people don't just finish it off. Just finish it off. If there's fighting around it, just get rid of it. Speed, good. High noon, just swap to speed, hide. Hide counters that. Swap to speed and then see if you can shoot the Lucio, the McCree. If there's a barrier in front of him, shoot the McCree for the love of God. Don't do what Ryan did last night where he couldn't reach, okay, being fair, I don't think he could actually reach the Roadhog, but he didn't shoot a McCree that was high nooning with like 4 barriers pointed at him. It drove me insane. Because we couldn't do anything until that McCree was dealt with. Anyway, we should definitely be trying to heal this Pharah. So when barrage goes off, just taking a quick peek at where our barrage is and just staying under it and healing it, not a bad idea. We should definitely be amping. Amp, 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 amp. You gotta remember there is a Pharah above us benefiting from our heals. I think there's a Mercy that's just like, she's fucking the angel on top of the Christmas tree right now, just staying on top of that little pillar in the middle. Attack visor. Oh, he died. He died. He died. Don't use the sound barrier for the love of God. Don't use it, don't use it, don't use it, don't use it. Now you might be able to use it. I'll go over why I spam don't use it in a second. Okay. The reason why I say don't use it is basically, the fight's starting to go badly. Like, it's starting to go south. Pharah gets 2 good kills, but then Soldier ends up getting nailed, so we're down 50% DPS, so Winston's doing a good job. Mercy almost died there, so Mercy's a bit low. It's all going a little bit sour. And it's very hard to see how the encoding works. It's just the codec. But this is 46%, I believe. Yeah, it's about 40%, okay? We can lose this fight. And basically, this is a point where you are just testing. If you are like, you are just waiting and seeing how the fight goes, basically. But what you want to do is make them burn resources. So if they suddenly decide to swing the match and like they fire off every ultimate they have, all of them just suddenly come out and they fire them all, like is happening now. Then just losing the fight and then coming back with all your ultimates will win you the game. So it's like, you know, we are losing this fight, but we're losing it in a way that is forcing you to use resources, and then we're coming back to win the next one. The enemy team took so long trying to win that it didn't matter, so the sound barrier came out and countered the Ana boost, and also their team didn't have very good ultimates in general, but yeah. Hold down getting good plays? I don't think so. I think, honestly, we did a good job shutting down the Tracer. I think we did a really good job shutting down this Tracer. And I'm perfectly fine with the decision to spend a lot of time focusing on this Tracer. I actually quite like it. Like, that was pretty much the only time the Tracer got huge value, which... Otherwise, she would have been a nightmare to the Reinhardt. She would have been killing the shit out of the Mercy. She would have been killing the shit out of the Diva. But she really didn't get to do anything because of our play, which is really nice. Overall, again, the biggest thing I would say to Eliza here is just calm it down a bit on the shift. Your shift key will last longer, which is nice. And it will also be just... We're swapping without purpose, and just try and have a purpose every time you're on an aura, whether you're actively trying to save people,
Welcome to
or you're actively trying to speed boost it. Healers never die. Oh, if only. If only. I say this as an anime. Welcome on board with Twitch Prime. Okay, we're going to go to the next game. I'm going to do a quick plug for Twitch Prime as well. I'll probably try and cut this out of the YouTube VOD. It probably won't be, but hello, YouTube. So we're going to load up another game. Which one do we do? Let's do this one. So yeah, if you're not aware, Twitch Prime is like a part of Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch sub. Just think of it as a way to, I don't know, if you're going to subscribe to someone on Twitch and you have Amazon Prime, well, you just save $5. And it works just like a regular sub, so supports creators. It's actually a really nice little thing. Healers are always protected. Oh, if only, if only. I'm also joined by Lucio here behind me. She's a lovely lady. Okay, let's go back to this screen.